What's up? Typical autistic metalhead here, and today I want to do a little bit of a tour of this wall here beside me that is in all of my videos you see all the time. Just wanted to do like a kind of a just go through, get kind of like more detailed about it. I think I did a full room tour recently of this room. So I'll link that up here. Check that out too. I may have gone over some stuff on this wall, but I think I didn't get too in depth, and I want to just make like a thing of just like the wall art, my music wall art. It's everything on here is pretty much music related, and just thought it'd be a fun little video to make. So just wanted to go through. There's a lot of like flyers and stuff on this wall from shows that I've been to, and some flyers that I've just shows that I've like acquired, like just a few that I didn't actually go to, but I thought they were cool flyers. But most of the stuff it's like flyers from shows I've been to, and I can like tell stories about those, and just why I have other stuff up here and whatever. And so it'll be fun. So I'm gonna turn around the camera here and we'll start going over it. All right, so here it is from the back. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get the lighting pretty good, but I think it's probably gonna be decent when I zoom in. But here's kind of a grand overview of the wall here. It's got stuff all over it, kind of overlapping and such. And I think I'll start up in this corner here. We got Spooky Bro hanging out in the corner, of course. But I've got this flyer right here. It's from a show I went to in Brooklyn, New York, back in 2022. And it's an artist because artist Injury Reserve, Arm & Hammer, and Akai Solo. It's a rap show, hip hop show. I was really excited to go to this. It was cool to see them in Brooklyn too. Injury Reserve I was really obsessed with at the time, and still one of my their album By the Time I Get to Phoenix had come out the year before, and it's one of my favorite rap albums of all time. Really cool experimental shit, and I got to see them perform it in full for the first time there, and that was a really cool experience. It was at this place called Warsaw. It's a venue called Warsaw, and it was honestly just like this, it felt like a school gymnasium kind of. It was kind of strange, and there's a bunch of people like smoking pot in there, and it was interesting. But it was like there was like security at the door and stuff, and so it was like pretty underground, but like it was just interesting. Little venue, and it was a cool show. I didn't get to see Arm & Hammer play that night. I've since been I was pretty into them at the time, but I wasn't I'm like even more I've gotten even more intensely into them because Billy Woods and the Lucid, and I'm going to see them in September this year, and I'm really excited to go to that show. And Akai Solo put on a good set too. I really liked him. He's like on the Backwoods. It has some stuff released at the Backwoods Studios label, and just a cool, just underground abstract hip hop artist. And yeah, it was just a cool show I went to, and I really like that flyer too. It's just kind of like the New York streets and like some guy standing there, green guy. But it was pretty cool. But this next flyer here, different kind of vibe. There's a show here in Richmond, in my hometown. There's this venue called The Warehouse that is no longer a thing, unfortunately. It was a sick venue, legendary underground music venue. You had to know where it was. It was kind of just like you got to know where it was. A lot of people figured out where it was eventually, but this is a flyer. Destruct and Division of Mind did play that night. Those are both local bands. I think Suppression may have played too, but I'm not sure. But it was just like this 2 days before Christmas. This was 2022 as well. And I remember I was trying to find out if this show was actually happening, because I just nobody was posting about it on social media or anything. And there was this you see that band was crossed out up there, and it just seemed like it wasn't gonna happen. And I went and I showed up, and then it was just packed with people. It was a freezing cold night, but it was super warm in there because it was people just packed in there. And Antichrist Siege Machine ended up playing that night, and they had just finished up their tour, and they just had like, there was like Antichrist Siege Machine merch like all up on the wall and stuff in there, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was like kind of a surprise. I just didn't know that was happening, and that was pretty cool. And I really like this flyer too. It's like the Christmas tree and the shit. It's just really cool. I just really liked it. It was just like a cool experience for me, and so it's just like sitting up here, and I just really enjoyed that show, and it was just like a cool experience that I ran into, and yeah, it was just legendary place, like I said. So this next one was also at the same place. This is Bastard Noise. This was 2023 that this show went to. My friend told me that this was going on, and this was like right after I had gone through a breakup, the worst breakup I've ever been through, with person I had spent a lot of time with, and the first person that really seemed to like me. So I was like struggling a bunch of that time, and this was like the first time I like really felt alive again. Is when I went to this show, and like I was like, yeah, this is the shit I love. And you can see there's this band called Black Button and Listless, which are two local bands. Listless is one of my favorite local bands, if not my favorite local bands. They're like this like metallic hardcore band. They're just fucking sick. And then Triac was sick. It's a grindcore band. And then Bastard Noise went on a crazy set, and it was just like that. The Bastard Noise music is just absolutely fucking insane. And the Bastard Noise guy was like super hype about Listless. He was like wearing their shirt and stuff, and he had like a different like poster there that I kind of wanted to get like specific for the show. It was like a rare occasion that you would ever come to town, and it was really cool that I went to that show and saw that, and the experience. That was a really interesting thing, and that was just very memorable. And so was this show right here. This is with the band Null, and this is when I was really into Null. This is in 2023, early 2023. It was the second, if you can see on there, the second date in Asheville, North Carolina. I drove down there. It's like 5 hours from where I live, just because I wanted to see Null, and they weren't coming up here. And I made like a little trip out of it, and like stayed in this little like cabin in the mountains, and like drove down like a half hour in the middle of the night to go see Null, and was at this like record store called Static Age, and it was a really cool experience. It was just like it was like this cool record store. It was super tiny, and people were moshing, and I had to like help the lead guy move the table out of the way. I talked about that in my recent video about when I was going over some of my favorite modern metal albums, and it was just a really cool experience, and I really like this flyer. And they were touring with this band this artist called God is War, just another like noise artist, noise, death, industrial kind of thing. And there's also some opening bands, like these like kind of like country bumpkin death metal kind of sound, and it was pretty fucking cool, and I really enjoyed that experience. It was like one of my favorite shows I've ever been to, so that was really cool. And here we got another local show. It's a sick fucking flyer here once again. Antichrist Siege Machine, Primitive Warfare, Destruct, Impure. Just a really sick lineup. Really cool flyer. It was at the Warehouse. It's in 2024. I remember this show a lot. It was really just a really fucking cool show, and I really just love going to that. I really try to see Antichrist Siege Machine every time they play. Their local band, so I always try to go see them. And Primitive Warfare is fucking sick too, and just really, really cool fucking lineup there, and just an awesome fucking show. And here, this was in 2023, another Warehouse show. It's one of the best venues of all time, I'd say. Definitely in Richmond, but Soul Glow was headliner. Soul Glow's awesome punk band, punk like hip hop, hardcore kind of shit. And Cloud Rat, fucking sick grindcore band. Backslider, I can't really remember too much of what they were, and like Muck was another kind of hardcore band. Humanitarian Deficit is no longer a band. They were like kind of a screamo band that were pretty good. I liked them, but they kind of like went out soon after this show and shit. But this is a really cool show. It's when I became really close with with my best friend now. We just got to talking a lot at this show, and we had just like met like a few weeks before this, and it was just a cool time and a really fucking cool show, and just awesome shit. It was a really just fun and awesome thing. Then we've got this Lathe of Heaven poster here. Came with the LP of their first album. Really cool. I love this artwork so much. It's really sick. It's an awesome post-punk band, modern post-punk band. You should definitely check them out. They have 2 albums out. Really cool shit. Here I've got another Antichrist Siege Machine flyer when they went with Funeral Chant. This is at a place called Fuzzy Cactus, another local show, and that was a really cool show. It's put on my my person on Death Eternal. I know the guy on Death Eternal. He's a pretty cool guy. Worked with him for a little bit actually, and just have talked to him on many occasions. He's a cool guy. Check out his label. And here's a show that I went to. This is one of the first like intense shows I ever took my wife to. This is like this crazy, like noisy, industrial and like grindcore kind of shit with like the body and Twitch Sequence is just like a noise group, and then you have Rotwall here, which is like a noisy wonky grindcore band, and I forget what this other band is, but really fun. That was a cool show. World Peace also played there. It was crazy, like power violence shit. They were pretty sick, but that was a pretty cool show. There was like a fight that happened during the World Peace set, but yeah, that was interesting. This is a Dungeon Sense show here. I think this is in 2023 as well. Dungeon Sense and like industrial. It's by the Death Eternal label. Once again, I used to go to lots of Death Eternal shows when they're happening a lot. There's this band called this guy named the Oracles, like in this dark ambient project. We had Art Complex, which is a local like kind of industrial band, industrial artist, and Fleshing Machine, kind of the same thing, kind of like a gothy, like industrial kind of vibe, and then Obsidian's Dungeon Synth artist, and yeah, that was a pretty cool show. And right here is the first time I saw Artificial Brain. Love this flyer. It's one of my favorite flyers I have. And there's Left Cross was playing, just a local band, like black and death metal band, war metal kind of vibe. Luminous Vault was a cool band. There's like this kind of experimental black metal bands that I really liked, and then there's like this Succumb band is like more of like a black and death metal band as well. But this is a really cool show, really cool flyer, and it was very memorable. It was really cool, and I just love the flyer so much. It's really fucking sick. I love the vibe of that. Down here, this is the first like kind of hardcore show I ever went to. I was pretty late to getting into shows. I went in like 2022, and this was at the Warehouse. First time I ever went there. There's this band called Blazing Tunes, a local death metal band. I don't think they ended up actually playing on that bill, but Lethal Means, The Lousy, and Devil Master. It was a pretty good show. I was just like really intrigued because I never really been to like super underground show like this, and I just had a good time. It was a cool experience. And also from the show, I remember there was a guy there that I met that was drawing, and there was like one of the members from like The Lousy was like kind of napping on the side, just asleep on this like bench, like with his arm hanging over and shit. And he like tried to draw him or something, and I thought that was interesting. Here's another hardcore show. It's a house show out at this place called VSC. It's just a house in a certain neighborhood of the city. And I went to this with my sister actually when she came to town to visit, and it was like just a cool, just hardcore show in the house, and just a cool like Richmond kind of thing I wanted to show my sister. And then here's another kind of hardcore show. It had Listless Again, Prime Suspect Demand, Gel, and Big Laugh. Just a pretty solid hardcore show, and that was at the Warehouse, and that was a pretty cool time. Gel got so big, of course they're not a band anymore, but Inter Arma, Suppression. This is like a show I remember going to. Inter Arma is a local kind of black metal band. Suppression, power violence, been in the game for a while. But this was a pretty cool show. I think it was a lot of people ended up showing up to this because it was just like other show that was happening that night got canceled, so all of the like metal hardcore people just showed up at this show, and it was a pretty cool show. Not super memorable, but I like the flyer. It's pretty cool. This show was a wonky one. My good friends will love thinking about this one. It's the first show I ever went to with them, and there's like a video. Oh shit! Sorry, drop the thing there. But there's a video of me online at this show, like right at the beginning you can see me, and the guy named Pain Generator was like the main guy played that night, this like weirdo industrial shit, and he like put like fake blood on my face or some shit. And it's just like an inside joke with my friends and I now. But this was the first show I went to with them. There's this band Rotwall that played there too, and just like some industrial, kind of a more industrial artists and stuff. But it was an interesting show. I like this flyer too with its like creepy faces and shit. It was a cool little show. It's just like a memorable one. It's funny. Here's another Death Eternal show. It's kind of more of a death metal show. Blazing Tomb, Lair, Maul, Gravesend. I didn't stay very long on this, and I ended up getting a parking ticket because this is in a location that it's like infamous for getting parking tickets and shit. And I was not paying attention, and I got a parking ticket. So that kind of sucked, especially as I only saved a few, I think like the first 2 bands or something, and then I was like, oh, it's too fucking late, and it was like a Sunday night, and I was like, nah, I need to go to work tomorrow and shit. But it was still kind of worth going to, but it is what it is. Here's another show, Richmond show. Hard Stripes is like a legendary like Richmond hardcore band that played, like it was like a reunion show, and they came back and did that show. This is at the Warehouse, and there's this band called Gag, which is this wonky kind of hardcore kind of band. No Value, Cicada, Ivy Creep, I think they're all kind of local bands. But it was a big bill, as you can see. There was like 6 bands playing that night. It was like a big deal, and it was a cool show. Down here we just have iPod guys. Just printed this out. Just got some iPod shit here, so I love fucking iPods so much. But down here there's this little one holding down here. I didn't go to this show, but somebody gave me a flyer and I just thought I'd hang it up. It's this band Thou, and not too sure about the other bands, but City of Caterpillar is like a classic like emo band, and Prisoner is a local band, like kind of industrial black metal. Here's another show that I was really interested in going to, but it was way too late at night and I wanted to go to it, but I had the flyer and just put it on the wall. It's a cool flyer. It's just kind of just like, it's by Death Eternal, of course, and it's mostly kind of just a like industrial kind of show, like a lot of industrial artists here, and I'm sure it was really cool, but I'm not going to a show with doors at 9 p.m. That's just like not really my thing. I'm a very early to bed kind of person, so that one didn't work out too well for me. But there's another Death Eternal show, some black metal here, some Dungeon Synth, Obsidian, and this band called Lightshin. It's a Virginia band. Cool black metal little show. I think this was may have been no, this wasn't the free show. Sometimes there was some free shows around, and that was cool. But down here, this is a cool one. Went to last year, Dragged in the Sunlight headliner. Went up to Philadelphia to see them with my best friend, and Mizmor, and I think the other band that was playing, I can't remember. I didn't see the other band that played, so I can't really remember who did it, but really cool seeing Dragged in the Sunlight play Hatred for Mankind in full. It was interesting because like the venue was like really weird, and like it was kind of just wonky, and we weren't sure we were gonna make it, and there's like a huge line. When I got down there like halfway through like Mizmor's set, and then Dragged in the Sunlight had to come out and rush because they were like trying to like, the venue said that the show would be over by 8 p.m. or something, and like they were like had just started their set, and like right at 8 o'clock the fucking lights turned on in the whole place. And then like it took a while. It was so fucking weird. Like it was just so bright in there, and I was like in the back, and like you could see like all the people in there, and then like I think the band members didn't really realize for a little bit, and then all of a sudden like one of the guys like finally turned around. So they face away from the stage, like from the audience. They like face the back, and kind of keep themselves kind of hidden and like unknown. But the guy like eventually turned around with like his hair in his face, and he's like pointed up at the lights, like, what the fuck, like why are the lights off, like why don't you turn the lights back off, why are the lights on right now? But they ended up turning the lights back off and then finished the show. But that was just an interesting experience there. But here's another little like thing. It's just like a little card here, nerdy shit, like Dungeon Synth kind of shit, that I did not go to either. This is at the Warehouse. I think this was last year. Yeah, this definitely was last year, but I didn't go to this. It seemed like it was pretty cool, but this show was pretty memorable. It was at the Warehouse. It's one of my first like death metal shows I ever saw. 200 Stab Wounds was sick. They had Creeping Death headliner. And then we had some like kind of hardcore bands that played before that, and it was a cool show. I was really memorable. I actually have a kind of a vlog of it on here. You can see some of that going on. It was a hectic show, and I think it's called like 2 shows in 2 days, which will go along with another one here. But it was a pretty cool show. Definitely try to see if I'll probably put the like stamp up here in the top to like click on that video so see that. But this was a Screamo show that happened, and I was pretty excited about that. Blind Girls, Heavenly Blue, Listless, my favorite band, Humanitarian Deficit, that's no longer, and Gift from God. So like a deathcore kind of band, local band as well. Have a lot of the same members as Listless actually. So that was cool. This show, this band called Rutwall, I've talked about before. It's like this crazy logo they have right here. This was like kind of a wonky, like grindcore kind of show that happened at this venue that's kind of under a bridge. It's called At Hell's Door. It's just called Hell's Door, and it was just a wild, just like the first time I ever went to that show. I actually have some footage of that, and I'll try to put that up in the timestamp as well, so you could check that out too at the end of one of my videos for that. So it was a really interesting time. Here's like a post-punk show that I went to. That was pretty cool. That was like 2023, and not many of these really happen in town, and that was cool. I was at the Warehouse, and I really enjoyed going to that. This is a show another house show I went to with my one of my friends, and that was a good time. It was like a hardcore kind of show, and it was fucking crazy. People were going insane, hitting their hands on the like light fixtures and shit, just going absolutely insane. But cool shit, fun time. Here's another show that I tried to go to, but it started way too late. Like I went there, and then it would not start, and I was just like, all right, I need to go to work tomorrow. So it was like going on like 10 o'clock. I was like, what the fuck? Like nothing's even happening. But Zaster played, and some like Dungeon Synth and that Lichen black metal band I'd seen before. But that was just wonky, but cool flyer. Still have that. So here I went to see Idols in 2022. And that was like the same time, like it was the day after this show here, and I went to DC to see Idols. And Injury Reserve, who I mentioned up there, the hip-hop group was opening for them, and that was like crazy coincidence, like insane that happened. Like I was so hyped about that. So I got to see them perform live once again, the whole thing that they're never going to do again. And they signed a CD for me. I met them, took a picture with them. It was really fucking cool. That's Injury Reserve, by the way, not Idols. But Idols put on a really cool show too. They're a cool like modern punk band, and had a good time at that show. It was definitely a very memorable one for me, and we'll always think back to that one too. Here I have the Knoll logo, the old Knoll logo. Really like that logo. It's just cool. I just printed that out, put that there. And we have a Triumph or Foul cover. I think there's a second full-length album. Really fucking cool artwork. I love that shit, and I love their logo. So awesome. Like drippy fucking shit. So fucking awesome and unintelligible. Fucking awesome shit. I'll go back up here real quick. There's a few more things. And this JPEG Mafia one. This was one of my favorite shows I've been to when I got to see him. I was like really into him at this time in 2021, and it was right after he released LP. And he hadn't released LP like on some of these like first dates, but then like down here when I saw him in DC, they had just released it like a few days before that. So that was really cool, and this was like right at the end of him like doing his old school shit, like his like running around on stage and like him doing the laptop and shit, like picking his own beats and doing the whole thing himself. Like I thought that was really sick, and that was something that was really special about him, and he doesn't really do that anymore. And it was kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. He's gonna do what he does. So it's his shit. It's what he can do whatever he wants. He's gotten a lot bigger. So well, this was a really cool show, a memorable show. Wish I could have met him. I don't think I'll ever meet him, but he's a cool fucking guy. And yeah, check out this poster out here, Maynard Vale. It's a really just cool poster here. I just really like it. It came with the LP called Body Count by this person. It was really cool, just kind of like EBM, electronic body music, and really fucking cool. I just really glad I have this. It's kind of limited, and Really like that album. You should definitely check it out if you like some like electronic shit like that, more harsher shit. Up here we have this Motorhead poster here. Bomber came with the LP, the reissue LP from last year. I was really into Motorhead, and I just love this album cover and the goofy ass motherfuckers in the band. The original like trilogy lineup, the like golden lineup is looked at as the Motorhead. So cool little posters. Hang that up there, and it's like on this big banner here, Knowles Metempiric cover. Really fucking sick. Really like it. It's one of my favorite things, like art things that I own. It's really fucking cool. Here's a show I went to last year here in town with Corpus Awful. It's actually how I found out about them. They ended up being one of my favorite metal albums of the year last year. They're self-titled. It was the kind of what the remnants of Cerebral Rot, and really sick band. Definitely check out their full length. And there's this other death metal band that was there. It was really fucking cool. Mephitic Corpse. I need to look into them and see if they've released anything, but I need to check them out. Actually, I wanted to look into them. But and then this Spite played, and it was interesting. It's like there's a bunch of like members from like Antichrist, Siege Machine, Primitive Warfare were up here. Like they ended up playing with Spite or something. So that was interesting. That was an interesting kind of thing. This is a cool thing here. This flyer here is really cool. It's like cool artwork, and at this place called Cobra Cabana. A lot of fucking cool shows happen there. But yeah, that was on a Friday. That's awesome. I loved when Friday shows would happen and shit. But here we got another Antichrist Siege Machine show. I was so hyped when this like popped up. This was last year too, because fucking Caustic Wound was playing, and their album last year was one of my favorites as well. It's on my top 10 list. And this band Bacteria plays, like this gore grind band, and this Killing Pace is a local band, and Antichrist Siege Machine, of course, local war metal band, and really fucking sick show. I was really hyped when I saw that. We have this Morpheus Ascends print that came with the 2023 reissue CD. And it's cool, just have it here on the wall. And down here, right, Iggy and the Stooges. I just love this picture. This is like on like a compilation album or something, and I just thought this was like a badass kind of photo, I guess, like him flipping off, and like you can't see it here, but this guy's like wearing like a swastika, like a Nazi kind of guy, and then he used to like mutilate himself on stage. He would just like cut himself and bleed and shit, and he was like crazy stage presence, and just had like, he was so influential to like punk and hardcore and just like more extreme music later on, and just the persona, and I just admire him for that, and it's really cool. Down here, this is like the one music related thing I don't really have. It's just like this artwork that I thought was cool and kind of blended in here. This is a little flyer that came with I don't know, it came with just like a CD I probably bought from some record label, and I just thought I'd hang it up here just to like fit in. At the time I didn't have something else, I guess, but I just thought I'd put that there. My wife drew this black metal guy, and I just had to hang him up here, fit in well. Then we have this like cut off like death thing, and I had a shirt that had this logo on it, and I just kind of cut it off and just put it on the walls. I didn't really wear it anymore. And it's cool. I sat here recently and drew this, actually, just like looking at it, and I'll put that up in the, if you want to watch that video I did about that, and up in there, up in the top once again. A lot of Whittier references in this one, but here's another show, Death Eternal show, Forgotten Lore. Sepulchral Blood, and I think Obsidian played. It was just like a Dungeon Sense show that happened last year. It's a pretty cool one. Sepulchral Blood is like a side project of Antichrist Siege Machine, actually. Fun fact: one of the members of Antichrist Siege Machine is in that show, and that little thing. Right here, it's just a picture of me being goofy, black metal goofy guy with some quartz paint on in the woods, and just thought I'd have a good little time doing that. We've got the Burzum LP sitting here, sitting on the wall. I just love the artwork, and it's fucking awesome. And up here, we've got Tomb Sweet Tomb, and just like my lamp, and a picture of my wife, and some stones and shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my wall there. I went pretty in depth. This video's gotten pretty long, but that's okay. But love my wall. It's pretty cool. Over here, I've got like a few other little things too. It's like got Charlie XCX looking cute on her Pop 2 album cover. It's got some more like Dungeon Synth stuff down here, like Dungeon Synth covers and such. And back here you can't really see it. It's kind of hidden now, because I built my little VHS shelf here. But this is Ulver's Nottin's Madrigal album cover with the wolf on it. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, but check out my full room tour if you're interested in it. I'll link it again up here probably. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked my wall here. Now you don't have to be in the dark about it. Now you know what it's all about. So thanks for watching. If you watch this long, got really in depth. I can really in depth about things, but thanks for listening, and see you guys on the next one.